What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. First and foremost, we do have to talk about the recent corrections that are starting to take place within most of these major cryptocurrencies. Yesterday, we put out a video, as you guys can see here. It was literally, I believe, 22 hours ago, as I checked earlier. But you can see I put out a video 22 hours ago, basically talking about the fact that we were probably going to see markets start to correct downwards, as things weren't looking too good and prices were starting to dip lower and break through some pretty vital supports as they were getting rejected from moving averages, this one specifically being XRP. So I did put out this early warning to expect to see prices correct downwards, and how we would pretty much go around buying into these cryptocurrencies with the off chance that we do decide to dip lower, which we did. So obviously our Ethereum stop loss was triggered, and we did buy back into a few cryptocurrencies, or one cryptocurrency specifically that I do want to talk about, with the off chance we invest in a few more depending on how we go the rest of today. But not only do I want to talk about this recent dip that we're having, I do have an article pulled up that I do want to talk about, which I find quite interesting. This is actually Twitter's help page, which talks about them actually allowing now NFT profile pictures on Twitter. Very interesting. I have already seen NFT profile pictures because people just screenshot NFTs and then upload them as a profile, as a JPEG. So not sure how much this is going to differ in any way, but we do have to look at this as now it's just crazy to see how much more cryptocurrency is being involved in, just mainstream media and everything. So I do want to talk about that. With that being said, guys, you can see clearly the corrections that are starting to form on these cryptos. The prices actually dipping below our support levels, and you can see even breaking through our uptrend here. There's a lot of things we do have to talk about. With that being said, guys, today's video is brought to us by ONINO. ONINO, as you can see, is a multi-purpose cross-chain metadata registry, a layer 1 information storage solution that connects to any wallet, and it's the simplest solution for your Web 3.0 identity. As you can see here, I'm just scrolling down so you guys can see pretty much what everything is. They offer metadata registry, dual chain architecture, scalable ecosystem. So we are going to be going over ONINO at the end of today's video. So definitely make sure to stick around to the end of today's video if you do want to learn more about this really cool cryptocurrency project. I have linked them down in the description too if you'd like to check them out earlier. Definitely recommend it. But with that being said, guys, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. So guys, before we go any further into today's video, I do have two announcements that I want to make. First and foremost, do you guys want me to bring back the XRP or the Bitcoin digital display, as you can see right here in the video, back to the channel? Another free raffle to you guys. It's been a while. Honestly, when we had this extremely bearish market here, I didn't think it was necessary to be pushing it to give away as a raffle, as I felt like we needed to focus more on this bearish correction, what was actually happening, and then celebrating the bullish reversal if and when that came. But we're not actually seeing it as quickly as we expected. So I figured, hey, why not just bring it back? The other thing is I'm currently working on another really cool and different video that I normally don't make. Normally we do technical analysis, but I'm actually working on a really big informational video on cryptocurrency taxes. There are some new regulations that are coming around, and I do want to update you guys about that. So guys, that video will include ways to actually be able to do your own cryptocurrency taxes, which I personally use, as well as I will be linking in the description a really cool cryptocurrency accountant that I also currently use that's been helping me year after year within cryptocurrency. So I will be sharing that with you guys as well. So definitely stay tuned for that and let me know if you are interested. With that being said, guys, to dive into today's video, first and foremost, really quickly, I want to look at this NFT Twitter thing. It says they're adding NFTs as one of several ways to customize your Twitter profile, so you can show off your NFTs you own in a hex-shaped profile picture on your Twitter account. So I guess if you update your profile picture with just a Bored Ape, a screenshot, it's just going to be a circle. But if you actually own the NFT, it'll come in a hex shape to verify that that's actually yours that you own, which is interesting here. But that means you can associate your Twitter account with connected public crypto wallet addresses, and that means your Twitter account will be associated with your current historical crypto wallet transactions and holdings. I don't know. It's so interesting. I'm not a huge NFT person here. I do talk about it. I think there's too much overhype. There is some utility, and I do believe there is some possibility to use NFTs in the future, but I don't think the current market is ready for that yet, as there's way too much hype. And once that hype dies down, then the utility will prosper after that, and that's the real investment after that. Right now, because it's so overhyped, I wouldn't buy a house in this market, and I wouldn't buy a car in this market, nor would I buy NFTs in this market because of how much hype and how much people want to get in on this. So I don't know. Let me know what you think down below. But with that being said, guys, to dive into today's video, as I feel like we need to talk about the technical analysis, markets are down. We're down 4.44% at 1.84 trillion current global crypto market cap. Top 10 cryptocurrencies, everything is down about 4 to 6% overall here. And we are starting to see this dip start to take place here, which we did call yesterday morning really early to prepare you guys for the potential of seeing this market dip. So to start with Ethereum, guys, we did have a stop loss put in just in case markets did decide to dip lower, which we talked about because there was some risk more than we normally do when putting in this trade here to swing it to the upside right now. And you can see as markets did, they did correct and dip back downwards. So we did hit our stop loss and we did break even. So I'm not too worried about that. I mean, you win some, you lose some, but at least I didn't lose a ton of money had I not put a stop loss in on BitYard. This at least covers me and covered me in case we did decide to dip lower. Markets are definitely getting quite interesting now because instead of seeing markets continue to dump lower, we're actually consolidating. And maybe this has to do with the S&P. Yesterday, we saw a major reversal on the S&P, and it actually allowed for a big candle, a big red candle form on most of these cryptocurrencies here, but we fell down pretty close to bottom supports. You can see on XRP, we did close as well below the uptrend here, and we did get rejected from the moving average, and we fell. The weird thing now is we're starting to see candles kind of consolidate, which is interesting, and it makes me a little curious as to whether I want to buy into this crypto now, or if I want to just wait a little bit to see how this plays out, and I think that's what I'm going to do for XRP specifically. Now, I did put a trade in on Bitcoin because we did see a major dump, much bigger than the other cryptos. We are trading at 50 on the RSI, and we are about to see a bearish cross on the MACD here, which is also a signal of potential reversal. We had a clear double top, and if I zoom into the 4-hour, you can kind of see what that looks like here. We also broke through the 4-hour moving average, but it more so looks like some sort of double top that happened, and then we decided to fall and correct lower, and you can see we broke through the uptrend here, which is another signal of, you know, bearish reversals here. So it's unfortunate that we did decide to break downwards ever so slightly here from this major descending fractal that did break us bullish, and we are getting rejected off the moving average, but if it's meant to be, it is meant to be, and I do have now a target in mind that we could fall. I don't want to say it, but maybe down to 31K if the markets do decide to let that happen. Regardless, I did put in a trade with a tight stop loss on Bitcoin because I am still a little worried because most of these cryptos are still consolidating right now. We had a big dip and are now in green, which is interesting. Big dip and are currently in green, which means bulls are trying to hold as a line and not allow the prices to dip below that. And that's why I haven't entered a trade on Ethereum or XRP yet, and I'm taking a small gamble, and it is a gamble, on Bitcoin specifically to see, hey, are we going to continue to dump lower, or if we reverse up, I'll take a small loss because the stop loss is so close, and we'll go from there. But I am just paying close attention to the market. I would like to see how these markets react when the S&P decides to open. I don't know. Is a chance we might actually see markets swing back upwards, which would be interesting. We hit a bottom, which we've hit on numerous occasions here. You can see we have trended below it in the past here, but we tend typically to kind of stay above it and trade above. So it'll be interesting to see how today decides to open in about an hour here, but there's a chance we could bounce off of it and head up higher. And if that does, there's a chance it could swing these cryptos up too, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and we'll see what happens. So for those that are trying to buy in and are ready to buy in, hold off a little bit. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you what my opinion is on the markets and what I'm doing. Bitcoin, I took a small gamble on. We'll see what happens. But the other cryptocurrencies, I'm just not confident in this just yet to put more money in or to put a big trade in. Obviously, I wait for the most key times to put in a conservative buy to make the most profit, and I'm comfortable with waiting. But today we're playing it a little more aggressive and just testing out the markets. That being said, guys, I do want to tell you a little bit more about ONINO. I want to give a huge shout out to ONINO for sponsoring today's episode. As with all crypto projects, please do your own research and never invest anything you can't afford to lose. So guys, in today's day, digital assets are disconnected from real world identities, and growing blockchain communities have caught the attention of big institutions, which we have talked about for a while here on the channel. We have pretty much seen the correlation between stocks and crypto change and trade closer to each other, and large companies and governments are starting to enter the crypto space. And while these bigger players will bring new value to blockchain-based technologies, new challenges will also arise. And so far, there's no decentralized solution to collect, store, and verify information from different networks in one unified place, and large ecosystems remain mostly disconnected from each other. Now guys, the strength of a decentralized Web 3.0 lies in connecting the information that is stored in different networks. And while chain bridges already exist to enable transactions among different ecosystems, currently there is no platform that provides the means to connect validated real-world identities with their assets distributed over various blockchain networks and link said information to an easily accessible and safely secured access point. Now this is where ONINO project will shine. The ONINO project team is developing a custom interconnected wallet with the ability to connect any blockchain ecosystem and the function of linking data to identity. Now ONINO is a solution that allows users to control all their crypto assets in different circuits with a single application, and with this application be able to link meta information or personal information to the desired wallet. Now the ONINO ecosystem will be based on a basic dual chain layer 1 architecture, and the plan is to run 2 blockchain networks, one for transactions and one to store user data. And as a result, user data will be protected and readable by third parties only if the data owner allows it. And the first product of the ONINO ecosystem is the ONINO wallet, with which it will be possible to join any user wallet in any network and have a centralized display of all digital assets such as tokens and NFTs. Now based on the ONINO platform, third-party developers will be able to develop their own use cases alongside ONINO's use cases. And this makes ONINO so valuable as it will not only be limited to one product, but will be a whole ecosystem based on their ONINO chain. Now this wallet can be verified, which will give the user access to services requiring KYC, and the ONINO ecosystem will allow users to confirm their identity in the digital space while controlling the level of access. And this will also allow you to store assets and documents digitally in the ONINO wallet, use insurance policies based on smart contracts, as well as selectively share data with third parties while preserving the necessary confidentiality. What's also cool is you'll be able to create digital analogs of any object, allowing you to determine its authenticity and true ownership. Now the platform's native token is ONI, ONI, based on Binance Smart Chain, and in the future the token will be transferred to ONINO's own blockchain, and the ONI token will also be available on buyback as well as burn mechanisms, and the team conducted a successful seed round of the investment and completed the acceptance of applications for the pre-sale of the token, which took place on January 8th, I believe, of 2022. Now the launch of the ONI token also took place on the DEX, which was on January 22nd of 2022. So guys, for more information about ONINO, definitely make sure to check out the links in the description of today's video, where you can find their website and social medias like Telegram. Otherwise, huge shout out to ONINO for sponsoring today's episode. As always, make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.